On August 5th, 2024, Dead by Daylight announced they'd be collaborating with Five Nights at Freddy's in the summer of 2025. It's been roughly 3 months since then, and although we haven't gotten much news on the collab in that time, we have gotten a few little tidbits. So I wanted to make this quick, short video going over what we know of the collab, including some more recent information, both to have all of the info in one place, and if I'm being honest, I just wanted to make another video on this collab. I mean, I don't think I've ever wanted to collab more for any game, and I still haven't entirely processed it's actually happening. This is coming from a guy who immediately set the announcement image to his PC background, by the way, which I do not plan on changing anytime soon. But I digress. Let's get right into the actual video. First, the reveal itself. Aside from the obvious focus of the image, it also tells us that the collab will be taking place in the summer of 2025, which is a little vague. However, since we basically fully know this is a chapter at this point, which I'll get to later, only 2 chapters could possibly fit this time frame. Chapter 36, the 9th anniversary, which would be around the middle of May, and Chapter 37, which would be near the beginning of August. We know this because, even though the exact dates fluctuate, there's a general structure Dead by Daylight follows when it comes to releases. But between these 2 options, which one is more likely? Well, even though both are entirely possible, I believe Chapter 36 is more likely for a number of reasons. For one, FNAF is inarguably one of the most hyped collabs for DBD, so it would be more than fitting for an anniversary. Primarily, though, it comes down to how DBD chapters typically take 9 to 12 months to happen, from the signing of a deal to appearing in-game. And at the absolute latest, this collab was in the works since the middle of June. If you want more info, my last video about this collab goes into much more detail, which is why I opted not to do that for this one. It's a pretty good watch, if I say so myself. With all of that said though, what else do we know? Well, as I mentioned before, we don't have much, but there's been at least 2 semi-noteworthy things I'd like to call attention to. One, in DBD's Castlevania Livestream, the FNAF collab was briefly mentioned. More specifically, it was said that we'd have to wait until next year for any real info on it. Here's the clip in case anyone's curious. Feel free to skip past using timestamps if you like.
We just wanted to say, since the last show, we made a big announcement, and we wanted to say to you, we've seen all your comments, your excitement about the Five Nights at Freddy's announcement, but I also wanted to say we can't say anything about it. Apart from it's coming in summer 2025, you'll have to stay tuned in the new year for more information, so hang tight, FNAF folks.
Moving on, the second piece of information comes from the King's interview with Mathieu Cote, in which King asked him about the collab, and even brought up how some people were speculating if it was just a cosmetic collection, and not an actual chapter. While he didn't directly answer the question, since legally speaking he probably can't, I'd say we got as close as we can get to confirmation we're getting a chapter without it being explicitly said. Though, I would argue it was already all but confirmed because, in my opinion, having a FNAF x DBD collab only bringing cosmetics would be on the same level as Jason Voorhees finally entering the game, only to be a skin for the Trapper. Once again, I'll play the clip in case anyone's curious. Massive shout out to the King for this, by the way. I heavily implore you all to check out the full video, and just his channel in general. The interview only got 23,000 views, which is honestly astounding to me.
Well, one thing that we probably would like to see if you could possibly clear up, there's been a lot of speculation in the community over whether or not this Five Nights at Freddy's collaboration next summer is merely going to be a set of cosmetics, skins for existing characters, or would it be its own chapter with unique characters? I don't know if you could tell us any of that or not.
What do you think, Polly?
I think it's a chapter.
At these kind of things.
My gut feeling is telling me, my sizable gut is telling me it's a full chapter.
Okay. What do you think, King?
I agree. I think it could almost be a disservice to the fans if it was just cosmetics and announcing it so early. I think 100% it's a full chapter. I don't know if there's going to be a map. I don't know how those things work, because sometimes we don't get those maps, but I think there's quite a lot of upside, so it'd be a full chapter.
Well, thank you both very much for answering this difficult question. I could possibly answer for you.
And as of right now, that's pretty much all we know about the collab. Again, I know this video was pretty short, but I still think it was worth making. If you enjoyed it, or otherwise found it worth watching, I'd really appreciate it if you considered liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Only 4% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, and it only takes a few seconds. And if we get any more news about the collab, I'll do my best to cover it sooner than later. If you have anything to say about the video, the collab itself, or you just want to say hi, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I respond to pretty much all of them. And if you really want to show your support, consider becoming a channel member. It's hands down the best way to support me, and for just $3 a month, you get a bunch of perks. In fact, you could have seen this video early if you were a member. On that note, huge shout out to Staniswag and Mario Blue, currently my only 2 channel members. Also, I'll be going live right here on YouTube exactly 3 hours after this video goes up, playing some Dead by Daylight. But regardless, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.